for 12:40 approximately here in Ohio. If you want to be exact, we got 12:40 on the clock. And it's 89 degrees. It is hot. Okay. We might have some thunderstorms tonight. See how that goes. But we do need some rain. We need some rain all over the place indeed. All right. We have a nice, quick program. And shall I say it's more for the ladies? Maybe not. Could be for the men too, right? I'm not going to be, what's the word here? Is it bias? I'm not going to be biased. Okay. A lot of men might go ahead and whip up this recipe right now after they're done with the program, right? All right now. So good afternoon, my porch family indeed. Again, it is 12:41 now in Ohio, and it's scorching with storms possibly brewing later. I'm Paviel G, and today we're turning back the clock to World War II kitchens, right? Learning from those who had little but plenty of courage and creativity. With groceries sky high, we need meals that are tasty, filling, and budget-wise. So these next 10 recipes use basic, cheap ingredients, okay? And they'll feed your whole family. Now, ladies, this is your afternoon kitchen session, so grab a notebook and stay cool. Recipe number 1, simple, easy, to the point. Most people have these things in their pantry, depending on what your likes or what your taste buds are about. Recipe number 1, peanut butter and oat patties. I know, don't judge it for the name. Don't judge it for the sound. Peanut butter and oat patties. So you need oatmeal, you need peanut butter, you need some honey, and you form it into cookies, and it is filling and sweet. You can go ahead and check it out. You can look up your own personal recipe on it. I'm sure that there's various variations of the peanut butter and oat patties, but that is a suggestion. Number 2, vegetable soup. Now, if you're really, really on a budget, you don't have anything going on, make yourself some vegetable soup, okay? All you need is some potatoes, some carrots, some onions, a broth cube, and guess what? It's hearty and it's cheap. Potatoes, carrots, onions, and a broth cube of your choice. And there you go. You have some vegetable soup. Number 3, eggless muffins. Eggless muffins, absolutely. Sometimes you just don't have eggs, right? Maybe you want something sweet. Maybe you want a bread. Maybe you want muffins. So make yourself some eggless muffins. What do you need? Well, you need some flour. You need some water. You need oil. You need some baking powder now. You need sugar. You can mix it easy and place the batter into the cups. Hi, welcome to the program, everyone. Giving a shout out to Miss Kinsley Berry, hello, and Miss Joanne Robinson. Hi there, how are you? Welcome. I'm glad that you all are here. My name is Paviel, Pavielle. Yes, indeed. Make sure that you all subscribe to the program here, okay, because I give updates almost on the hour, God willing, through dishes, through baby, through everything. I'm always on here as much as possible. And hopefully, God willing, I'll be on here very often throughout the day, every single day, 365 days of the year, throughout this war and throughout everything that's going on, and here to give the best information that I can give and the most accurate update information. I am doing very well. Thank you so much. Hello, Miss Sophia Stratton, giving a shout out. Yes, indeed. And that's good that you're feeling good, Miss Joanne. Let me tell you, that's the best thing that you can feel is good, because there's a lot of other people in the world that are doing worse off than you, I, and a lot of other listeners. So we have to be grateful that we were able to wake up and breathe today, which is most important indeed. So I went over already the first recipe, peanut butter and oat patties. If you're trying to save money, if you broke and got nothing in the house, use oats, peanut butter, honey, and form it into cookies. It's filling and it's sweet. We went over, make sure you have your notepad out and your pen, please. And vegetable soup. You can add some potatoes, very simple. Potatoes, carrots, onions, a broth cube, and there you go. Add a little bit of salt and pepper to your liking, and there you go. You're good to go. Eggless muffins. If you don't have any eggs, you want something sweet, you want a muffin with that coffee, whatever the case may be. Even if you're drinking black coffee with no sugar, you may not have sugar. Work with whatever you have, but the eggless muffins include flour. You need flour, water, oil, baking powder, sugar. Mix it up, put the batter into 10 cups and bake. I'm sure there's a lot of variations to that recipe online, so you can always look up one, but I like to give the simple instructions here. This is an old school program. I like to give the simple instructions here where you're using your ears and not just the vision. Some people, they just watch videos and then it just goes in one ear out the other, one vision to another. You click on another video, you get bored, you put it down, you never pay attention to it again. So when you're listening more, I believe, in my personal opinion, when you're able to listen more, it helps you to process, helps you to actually process everything. It helps you to do a little bit of the old school thinking. Grab a pen and paper, because what if your phones are no longer working? At least you have the basic ingredients, the basic ingredients for that recipe. Bear with me, folks. One moment. Bear with me one moment. Okay, I'm back in action. How to handle baby. Okay, this is why we do live. This is why I am realistic. We all have things going on in our homes. All right, so I'm getting back here. Thank you all for sticking around. So let's move on to number 4. Oh, and I'm here in Ohio, Miss Joanne. Here in Ohio, here near Akron. Now, number 4, mock tuna. Mock tuna salad. Let me tell you what you need. You need chickpeas if you have it, mayonnaise, celery. And what you do is you mash those chickpeas as fish standing, okay? And you mix those together. So you're making a mock tuna salad. So you take those chickpeas, you mash them up, you put some mayonnaise, put some celery, add some salt and pepper, and there you go. You have a mock. Now, these are not the best tasting things in the world. They're not fancy. They're not, you know, 5-course meals. These are survival meals. Number 5, cornmeal mush. Very popular dish, but a lot of people, believe it or not, don't make it anymore. But cornmeal is fairly cheap still right now. So you need cornmeal, water, salt, and you can serve plain or with some jam. Take that cornmeal, water, and salt, mix it together, fry it up to the best of your ability. It doesn't matter the shape, it doesn't matter the size. Fry that sucker up and eat it. Okay. Number 6, rice and lentil stew. Okay. You need rice, you need lentils, or if you don't have lentils, any type of beans that you have. You need onion. If you don't have onion, oh well, you just don't have onion. If you have onion powder, use onion powder. You need some spices, and it's a 1-pot warming meal. Easy. Put some rice, put some beans, onions, and some spices into some broth and keep it moving. Keep it moving. That's an easy recipe and cheap. Number 7, cabbage and potato skillet. I think this is a yummy one, but if you have it on hand, then you make sure you work it out. Cabbage and potato skillet, you need shredded cabbage, some potatoes, onion, oil. You saute until tender. I'll be right back. Bear with me. Okay, I had to go tend to child again. Now I have child in my arms. Thank you all for sticking around. So you need shredded cabbage, potatoes, onion, oil. Okay. Go ahead and take that cabbage, whatever skillet that you may have, whatever you got going on. Okay. Take a little bit of oil, butter, whatever you got going on. Put a little bit in that skillet. Take the shredded cabbage, cook it up in that lard, oil, whatever you have, and cook it down a little bit and fry the onions up with it. What I would suggest is to place a little bit of the oil first in the pan. Add your potatoes. Make sure you cut them up as fine as possible. Okay, just to make it a quick meal. If you cut them too big of a pieces, and it's going to take longer for the potato to cook. Natural. Okay, so you're going to add those potatoes. Make sure that they're dried, washed, and not going to spark up on you the oil. And I will then add your onion. Okay, after you cook your potatoes for about 6 to 7 minutes, go ahead and fry them suckers up, and then add the onion. And then at last, I will add the shredded cabbage. After you add the shredded cabbage, sprinkle a little salt and pepper on it, whatever you got on hand, and then saute it until it's tender and it's good to go. You don't have to tenderize the cabbage too much. So it gives it a little crisp to it, but also a little softness to it. It's really, really yummy. You guys should go ahead and try it. And JN, what does JN stand for? I'm not sure. I saw the JN, wasn't sure what JN stand for, Miss Joanne. And number 8, fried green tomato slices. Tomato, you need tomato, cornmeal, and some oil. Okay. Now, some people don't have access to fried green tomato, right? They don't have green tomatoes. They have red tomatoes. Go ahead and use those if it's not too ripe. If they're really, really ripe, it might be a little bit tougher to do. So I would just suggest that you look up another recipe in regards, but let's say that the phones went down tomorrow. You can't look up a recipe, but this is on your notepad. I would just take whatever tomatoes that you have, the hardest part, roll it in a little bit of cornmeal, and then go ahead and fry until crispy. Now, number 9, bread pudding. If you have stale bread, you can make bread pudding. So you need stale bread, you need some milk, some sugar, some cinnamon, and you can use scraps and bake for dessert. Okay. And that's a really good, easy meal. You can put it in the oven and bake it. And all you need is that extra bread. So you don't even have to buy anything. And let's say you don't have any milk. If you have evaporated milk, that works. That works quickly, evaporated milk. Because I've had to, of course, substitute things with evaporated milk all the time. You could take the evaporated milk, maybe take a little jug or cup and do half evaporated milk, half water, and then that'll give you your amount of milk. Or you could just take the evaporated milk period by itself and really wash it down and give yourself like a 1% milk. You could use that, whatever works. So stale bread, milk, and then if you have some cinnamon or nutmeg, use that. And then bake it for dessert. And then you can even eat it in the mornings for breakfast. Oh, okay, New Jersey. No, actually, I was born in New York, Queens, New York, the Rockaways. Grew up in Northern Virginia most of my life, high school, college, all my years pretty much, and then moved around to different states. And now I'm here in Ohio. Miss Joanne. Thank you for the question. I didn't know what the JN was. I guess it was supposed to be switched to NJ. All right. So number 10, the last recipe idea that I have for this episode here is oatmeal water drink. I know it sounds odd. It sounds like what, why, and how come? But let's say you don't have anything, right? Go ahead and use the oatmeal that you have. Use oatmeal. You need a pinch of salt, and it's hydrating and it's thick. It's kind of like a watered coffee. Let's say you have nothing else. You're going to have to deal with what you have, right? And you're going to make yourself some watered down coffee, okay? And if you have some sugar, go ahead and add it to it. And it tastes really good too as well. Absolutely. So I have some tips for you all before we end today's episode. Some recipe tips indeed. Substitute when needed. For example, swap your chickpeas for tuna, lentils for beans, like I was telling you all earlier. If you don't have lentils and you have beans, switch it for it. Okay? Don't be ashamed to use what you got in your cabinet. We don't have any money to buy anything else. Use seasonal produce and pantry staples. Use everything that you have. Whatever you have, eat it and eat it all up. Okay? Use all your pantry stuff. And try to rotate those dates. Make sure you're using the stuff that's going to spoil faster. Use that up first. And I tell myself that because I am not good when it comes to rotating and using those things up like that. But I'm trying my best to get better. And I'm sharing the information with you all as we go along the way. Indeed. Thank you all for your likes for the program. It definitely passes the program around for us. And subscribe because it's free to do. Indeed. All right. And I have some more recipe tips for you all. So don't go anywhere. Not done. You want to cook in batches and freeze half for later. So a good example of that is, let's say that you don't have a freezer system, but you want to make something in a batch and then have it for later. One of the items that's good for that is spaghetti. As you know, you can make spaghetti tonight. And as long as it's not sitting out too long, in the morning, you can warm it up and eat that for breakfast. Nobody said breakfast had to be pancakes and bacon and eggs. If you don't have that, then you just don't have that. And you have to deal with what you have. Okay, you have to deal with what you have. So you can freeze it for later if you have a freezing system. Some people don't, like me, I don't have. So I use ice because I don't have a real freezing system. But I do keep things on ice and keep things cold. So do that. Make it and freeze half for later, tomorrow or the following day. Spaghetti, I would keep it even for like 2 days if you could. Yeah, because actually when the flavors sink in, that's when it tastes real good, right, Miss Joanne? When those flavors sink in overnight and over 2 days, the spaghetti be real good. Okay, and that's pretty much what a lot of foods, not all, especially not fried foods, you can't really eat those the next day. So fried foods you want to eat up the same day, and stuff like spaghetti, soups and stuff like that, you can warm up in 1 or 2 days. Okay, so you want to stretch your ingredients. Turn leftover soup into gravy or dip. That's another way to deal with that leftover soup. Yes, Miss Joanne, indeed. Yes, thank you for being here. I appreciate you more than you can imagine, indeed. All righty. So please, you all, try to get close to the afternoon breeze a little bit because it's not much out here. But that is our ration style kitchen lineup. When today's storm hits, you'll be cooking, not scrambling. I am Pavi LG from my front porch to your kitchen. Let's be resourceful, thrifty, and proud of what we make. And if you can, please subscribe. It is free to do. Again, I say it is free to do. Share your favorite recipe from the list and tell us how yours turned out. Let other people know, just to keep us engaged, have a little fun with it, and stay cool, stay prepared. And when the world gets loud, what do? We go home and cook with heart. You all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. Another episode, and I'll see you on the next episode.